evening. Welcome to Republic TV on Versus. I'm Ridhumanan Bhardwaj. Viewers, the politics is heating up ahead of the 2024 final phase of Lok Sabha elections. Former Punjab Chief Minister has now sparked a massive controversy by promising to open Wagah border to Pakistan if voted to power. Channi, making this bizarre statement, says that Jalandhar constituency will be developed as a medical hub so that people of Pakistan can visit for medical treatment. It's not the first time the Congress has shown its support, its love, its soft corner for Pakistan. Pakistani leaders too have said this. For more details, take a look first at this report on the Versus.
The elections are around the corner in Punjab, and Congress Party's soft corner for Pakistan is out in the open once again. This time, former Punjab CM and Congress Party's Lok Sabha candidate from Jalandhar, Charanjit Singh Channi, has sparked a row with his bizarre remark on Wagah border. While campaigning in Jalandhar, Channi said that the Congress will open the Wagah border for Pakistanis. He further added that he wants to develop Jalandhar as a medical hub so that Pakistani nationals can come for treatment.
ਅਸੀਂ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਟੂਰਿਜ਼ਮ ਨੂੰ ਜਲੰਧਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੜਾਵਾ ਦੇਣਾ ਹੈ। ਇੱਥੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਕੋਪ ਹੈ। ਬਾਹਰ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਆ ਕੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਇਲਾਜ ਕਰਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੈ। ਅਸੀਂ ਵਾਘਾ ਬਾਰਡਰ ਨੂੰ ਖੋਲ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਇਸ ਪਾਸੇ ਦਾ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਹੂਲਤਾਂ ਚਾਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਰਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਆ ਕੇ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਤੋਂ ਜਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਬਾਈ ਰੋਡ ਵੀ ਆ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਇੱਥੇ ਇਲਾਜ ਕਰਾਇਆ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਤੇ ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ 'ਚੋਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬਾਹਰਲੇ ਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ 'ਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਹਿੰਗਾ ਇਲਾਜ ਹੈ ਇੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਫੈਸਿਲਿਟੀਆਂ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਟੂਰਿਜ਼ਮ ਨੂੰ ਵਧਾਵਾ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ।
After Channi's pro-Pakistan remarks, the BJP has trained its guns at the Grand Old Party, demanding answers about his love for Pakistan.
कांग्रेस का पाकिस्तान प्रेम बहुत पुराना है। पाक अधिकृत कश्मीर बनना ये कांग्रेस की नालायकी है। अफजल गुरु को बचाने के लिए जब फांसी की सज़ा होती है लोग सबसे आगे बढ़ते हैं। अब पाकिस्तान से लोगों को यहाँ बुलाने की बात करते हैं और हिंदुस्तान के लोगों की ज़मीन जायदाद बांट के दूसरों को देने की बात करते हैं। राहुल गांधी जी और कांग्रेस को समझ आना चाहिए कि ये चुनाव हिंदुस्तान में हो रहा है, पाकिस्तान में नहीं।
पाकिस्तान जो आतंकवाद भेजता है यहाँ पर, आतंकवादियों को यहाँ पर भेजता है, कभी अंकल मणिशंकर अय्यर और कभी तो शशि थरूर और चन्नी जी जो उनके प्रत्याशी है, उनके सांसद है, वो पाकिस्तान की पैरवी करते हैं, तो ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है। और ये वोट बैंक की राजनीति में आप राष्ट्र नीति के साथ भी सौदा करने को तैयार है, ये इसका एक और प्रमाण है और ये पूरे इंडिया अलायंस का चरित्र।
This is not the first time that Congress has displayed its bhakti for Pakistan. Few weeks ago, veteran Congress leader Manishankar Aiyar also warned the centre to go soft on Pakistan, citing its nuclear strength.
वो भी एक सॉवरेन मुल्क है और कि उनकी भी इज्जत है और उस इज्जत को कायम रखते हुए आप उनसे जितनी कड़ी बात करना चाहते हो करो, लेकिन बात तो करो। बंदूक को लेकर आप घूम रहे हो और उससे क्या हाल मिला? कुछ नहीं, तनाव बढ़ते जाता है और कोई भी पागल वहां आ जाए तो क्या होगा देश का।
The 2024 Lok Sabha elections are in the final lap, and what remains to be seen is, will the Congress be able to control the damage, or will these remarks translate into votes?
It seems the Congress's love is very evident for Pakistan, not the first time, not the second time, several times over. But why play these political games at a time when elections are happening in India? For that, we're joined by our guests on the Versus today. We have Colonel Jaybant Singh, spokesperson of the BJP. We also have Nikul Patel, leader of the Congress. Colonel Jaybant Singh, I want to come to you first. And the first question is, you're an expert also in matters of defense. You're an expert in such matters. The former Punjab Chief Minister giving out a green signal to Pakistan to come and says the Wagah borders are open. Has he forgotten what all has been happening with Pakistan? Has he forgotten that when 26/11 happened, it's the same Congress government at that time that was not able to come out with any evidence against Pakistan? Today they are giving out a welcome to Pakistan. Your first response to this?
Thank you, ma'am. I feel this is a very sad statement from a party like Congress, which is a national party and which has been in power for so long. And I do not expect anything better from former CM Channi ji. He is used to making this kind of statements, which he is really not very competent to make, because he has got limited knowledge in geopolitics and security. But then it is not only he who has said this. I think it's a very well laid out plan of the Congress to play this card, because similar things have been said, as you have shown, by Manishankar Iyer in a different format, and they have also been said by Shashi Tharoor. I would only say this much, that the BJP government since 2014 has never been shy, or never been, has always been forthcoming and affirmative in trying to improve ties with Pakistan. I am a security expert. I know how many efforts have been made, and how in 2014 the first thing that Prime Minister Modi did was try to improve ties, but then things did not work out. So at the end of it all, security is paramount, and even if we trade, and our traders' security is also paramount. So if conditions do get all right with time, BJP will be the first party to try to improve on trade ties. But at the moment, nothing of this sort seems to be happening, because everybody knows what is the condition in Pakistan. Pakistan is not being able to hold itself. What trade will it do? So I think that using this kind of statements in politics for the sake of elections is very sad indeed.
I completely agree, and this is not the time to be playing divisive politics. I also want to go across to Nikul Patel. Nikul, it's not the first time that the Congress party has tried to play divisive politics. Just today, we once again heard Rahul Gandhi also come out and reiterate his distaste for the Agniveer scheme, which is actually trying to cement people in the Indian army. It's something for their unity and something for their benefit. We're also seeing former Punjab Chief Minister try and play the same games. Why go soft once again? First, I wanted to ask you, why is the Indy trying to play soft with Pakistan?
Yeah, I don't understand where there is a soft corner for Pakistan. First thing. Second thing, I would like to make a quote
It's
where
a statement,
Atal
sir,
Bihari
that has been
Vajpayee.
given by Congress leader, saying that in Jalandhar constituency, he will open up the Wagah border to Pakistan to come into India for medical treatment.
Now I can start.
Please.
Okay. I don't understand where you make a phrase, or where the perception is built that there is a soft corner for the Pakistan. Pakistan is an international country with us, sharing international border with us, and we know how Congress has always dealt with Pakistan. We have even divided Pakistan into two parts. Second thing, if I quote Atal Bihari Vajpayee government, we have seen that the bus was started by him, and we have seen from Delhi to Lahore how the bus was moved. We have always also seen Honorable Prime Minister landing Pakistan at Nawaz Sharif House. Now, when it comes to today's geopolitical relation, and if a representative of people from the Jalandhar constituency feeling that to develop a medical tourism into the state or into his constituency, he will put his proposal to the country when on June 4, 2024, when India coalition comes to the power. Now it will be decided on that particular day. Second thing, nobody is going to come without a visa. Nobody is going to come without any medical information. And I don't know why Bharatiya Janata Party always come with a row or fray that when it comes to a word of Pakistan, when they do something, they are very good. But when a particular person from a particular constituency as representative of people wants to do something for the constituency and as well as for the development of the economy, we don't understand.
Okay,
Already Pakistan people are coming to India for medical, so many places. I can quote so many examples, and it comes in the newspaper daily. Why it is so? Why I don't understand. In Bharatiya Janata Party tells that.
Okay, Nikul, I'm sorry. I'm going to interrupt you on the verses. I'm so sorry. Just for a minute, because there's breaking news coming in on the Super Rich, Super Brat story from Pune in our investigation. And the breaking news right here on Republic TV now. The plot of manipulation that was first uncovered on Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami's show has now thickened. The blood reports are now in. The Republic has accessed the NCP MLA Sunil Tingre's letter to the Education Minister, wherein he is recommending Dr. Ajay Taware to be appointed as the Chief Medical Officer of Sassoon Hospital. Viewers, I'm going to put this into context for us. The NCP MLA who was seen in the morning hours in the police station had written a letter that had been recommending the Chief Medical Officer of Sassoon Hospital, the doctor who has been arrested now on charges of trying to and changing the blood samples. This letter that has been accessed by Republic TV says in December 2023, he appeals to the Education Minister Hassan Mushrif to appoint Taware. The doctor has just been arrested for manipulating the blood samples. He's a close aide of NCP's MLA Tingre. I'm going to try and go across to visuals of that on our screen, but this is shocking. An investigation that has begun, that has been started right here on Republic TV, when the Pune Police Commissioner was questioned by our Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami, and he admitted 2 blood samples were taken. On the next question of Arnab Goswami, he basically stated that yes, there were 2 blood samples taken, that too at different hospitals. Today, the Pune Police Commissioner comes out and states that a doctor had given someone else's sample instead of the sample of the juvenile murderer, and now he has been arrested under 120B for criminal conspiracy today. Now viewers, as I'm going to try and go across to our colleagues, I also Abhishek is with us. Abhishek, this is getting even more mysterious, even more sinister, and even more shocking. It shows the entire system is being fixed. In the early hours of Sunday, when the VIP grandson of the person who is now arrested, when he moved and tried to go to the police station, the first thing that happened is the NCP MLA landed there. The Pune Police Commissioner did not answer the questions that were raised by Arnab when he said, why was the NCP MLA at the police station? Instead, he said, as a public authority, he has a right to be. Now, the same NCP MLA had written to the Education Minister asking for the Chief Medical Officer to be appointed. The same man who manipulated the blood reports. The Chief Medical Officer of Sassoon Hospital is named Taware. Ajay Taware. Now today the Pune Police Commissioner comes out. In the press release, he now says Ajay Taware, Dr. Ajay Taware has been arrested. He took the sample of the accused, he threw it, he took some other blood sample and gave it as the blood sample of the accused VVIP grandson, VVIP murderer, who's right now in a correctional home but still not arrested. Abhishek, I want to ask you first, if these twists and turns that are being broken right here on Republic TV, if it was not for the investigation of Republic TV, this could never have been uncovered. The Pune Police Commissioner, the Pune Police's complicity, and the blood samples that have been taken away, it's clearly showing the entire system. The entire system has been fixed to try and save the juvenile killer who's tried to tell the people. First, the driver theory came out, then the blood samples were twisted, then his grandfather said that it's the driver who was driving. Now, shockingly, the NCP MLA who was seen at the police station right in the morning had actually asked and recommended the Chief Medical Officer of Sassoon Hospital to be appointed. That doctor who's now in custody, who's now been arrested, it's like a whole web of murky, sinister explosives that are coming out to try and use the system that has been fixed.
Absolutely, Rhythm. This is the hugest development coming in the Pune Porsche crash story, and second biggest development, in fact, in less than 12 hours. The one in the morning was about the blood report having been fudged and blood samples having been replaced by someone who was unrelated, unconnected with the accident. And clearly there was a case of letting the boy go with that fudged blood report. Now it seems that the doctor who created that fudged blood report was appointed in the Sassoon Hospital on the recommendation of the same NCP MLA Sunil Tingre, who had visited the police station early morning, a day after the accident. So if you connect the dots, the picture becomes clear. Who's pulling the strings from behind? Who's behind this manipulation and the murky game of getting the boy off the hook in this heinous crime? And the NCP MLA would have a lot of explaining to do, because this letter written by Sunil Tingre, the member of Legislative Assembly of Maharashtra from Vad Gaveshri seat of Pune region. This letter is written on 26th of December 2023, and it is written to Hassan Mushrif, the Minister for Health in Maharashtra government, in the present government. And he says that I know this doctor, Dr. Ajay Tavare, and it would be good if he is appointed as the head of the concerned department. Now, this is the letter in Marathi, and he says that if the doctor can be appointed in the concerned department, it would be good, because I can vouch for his merit and integrity. Now, imagine, this is the integrity and merit of this doctor, that he is ready to fudge a blood report and let a criminal off the hook because he is under obligation of this MLA for his appointment itself. Really, the connections coming undone, and you connect the dots now, and it becomes clear who's behind this absolutely murky game of letting that Vedant Agarwal off the hook and let him go scot-free of the serious murder charge that he's facing. This letter by Sunil Tingre really, brings down the facade behind the games that were being played. So between the industrialist family or the business family and the politicians and the police, the murkiest of the nexus between mafia, police, politicians is really coming undone, Rhythm. And this is the most explosive development coming in the Pune hit-and-run murder case as yet. It's been about 10 days. Remember, the first time we asked questions about where are the blood reports, why are they taking so much time? Now you know, now we know, now everyone knows why the blood reports took so much time, why they were not being brought out. And obviously, because this game was going on, the blood sample was changed. The actual blood sample of the boy who was behind the wheels on that fateful day in the accident or in the drunken state or whatever, his blood was replaced, and now we come to know that this doctor who replaced that blood and sent to the lab a blood sample of an unconnected, unrelated person is someone who's connected with the MLA who had gone visiting the police station early in the morning.
And
so obviously he was pulling the strings.
Abhishek, what I also want to tell our viewers is what the Pune Police Commissioner came today and said on record. They said the Pune teen's blood sample was thrown in the dustbin. It was replaced with another person's. Who was at the helm of it? It was the doctor who's now been arrested, doctor who's also had a murky past, which we'll be trying to unearth and open on the channel. But it's Taware, the NCP MLA, who wrote a letter for Dr. Ajay Taware, the doctor who's now been arrested, the doctor who switched the blood samples. But the biggest point here also being, when is it that the NCP MLA Sunil Tingre, who seems to be having a very close relationship also with the VIP's family, going to be questioned? Viewers, we slip into a quick break, but do remember, this is the top focus, our investigation in the entire Super Rich, Super Brat, entire murder will continue right here on Republic TV.
Pune police botches probe. First blood sample destroyed. Witness confirms pizza burger party at Yerwada police station.